Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of The Recipe Connection. We are back and balder than ever. Today we are going to do some marinated chicken. I looked up, just did a Google search, best chicken marinade. This is one of them that came up. Sounded good, it was simple. We had almost every ingredient here in the house, so we're going to give that a shot. And later we're going to do some butternut squash risotto. This is outstanding. We've done this before, but I'll be honest, the video making didn't go so well, so we're going to do it again for you. And then we've got some good corn on the cob. This time of year, corn on the cob in this area is outstanding. Looking forward to having that. Really haven't had it since last year. So what we have here, we have 3 chicken breasts that I have sliced into cutlets, a nice thin cutlet. And we are going to take these chicken breasts and put them right in this bag here. I did not pre-season the chicken breast. Normally I would pre-season everything, but because we're doing a marinade like this, I just left it alone. Bogey. All the time, bogey. Like, honest to God, he doesn't talk that way all the time. Only when we're doing a video. So we've got our chicken breasts. We're going to start with the juice from 1 lemon. The zest from that same exact lemon. We have a teaspoon of oregano, a teaspoon of thyme, a teaspoon of kosher salt, and a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And 6 or so minced cloves of garlic. We are going to add in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. 2 tablespoons. Actually, I better make sure that's 2 tablespoons and not just 1 before I go and add a second one. It was 1 tablespoon of Worcestershire, but it is 2 tablespoons of low sodium soy sauce. All right, that is the extent of our marinade. So I'm just going to seal this up. And we're going to give this a good toss. Mix all the seasonings together. Nice. And then we're going to let that sit in the refrigerator for 3 to 4 hours or so. Let that marinate a while, and we'll check back again a little bit. Okay, so now we are we're going to cook the squash that we're eventually going to make a puree out of for the risotto. So what we have done here is peeled and cubed up a butternut squash, and we've got some water on the stove with a little bit of salt. So we're just going to add these cubes to the water. We're going to boil those off until they are tender, and then we'll throw them in the blender and puree them. That's where we're at right now with the butternut squash risotto. More to come. Hi everybody, so our butternut squash is done. It's fork tender, and now we are going to transfer this. You only need a cup of this as a puree. But I'm sure you need more of a cup than chunks, so we just did the whole thing. There we go. Our trusty Ninja Ultimate Blender isn't plugged in. All right, now that we've got our Ninja Ultimate Blender plugged into the wall, we don't have the staff around here to check these details before we start this. We need to work on that. measuring cup. Alright, so that's about right. I would say we used definitely more than half of that whole squash. So there we've got our cup of puree, and we'll show you what we're going to do next with this in a few seconds. All right, welcome back. So next step is to take the puree that we made earlier and 3 cups of chicken stock and combine them and bring them to a boil. I'm just going to make sure I don't spill anything. And I probably should have a spatula out. All right, got that puree in there. We are going to crank up back burner. Whisk this together until it's completely combined. All right, so we're going to get that up to a boil, and we'll then let you know what's next. Our puree and chicken stock blend is boiling, and now we've turned that down to a simmer. We'll keep that on like a low heat. And then in the meantime, in this other saucepan, sort of pan, I don't know what that would classify as. It's not really a saucepan, it's not really a frying pan, maybe it's just the eyesight of frying pan. I digress. We have a teaspoon of butter. Come on! We're working over here.
Bogey and Zoe are working things out.
Yeah, they've got currently engaged in a disagreement. So we're going to melt this butter down. It's just a teaspoon of butter. You could use a teaspoon of olive oil if you prefer. Now we're going to take 3 cloves of chopped garlic and a 1/4 cup of shallots, chopped shallots.
Wow.
That was loud. And 2 ounces of a dry white wine. And we're going to cook this off for a quick second, not long. I just want to get everything sort of mixed around. Bring that, get the heat going in there. And now we're going to add a cup of our rice. And we are going to stir this around and cook this until all the rice is coated with butter and it's all blended really well. So this takes about 3 minutes. Sort of saute everything together. Very fragrant. The shallots are really strong. The garlic is obviously strong. And that white wine, so it's really aromatic. Make sure this doesn't get too complacent. So we're going to let this go for a few minutes. This is where the patience factor comes in to making risotto. I don't know if we're really doing it the right way. When we had it last time, it came out excellent. Really creamy. Key is to do it really slow, and we're going to add all of this. We're going to do it very, very slowly. We've been sauteing this now for about 3.5 minutes. All the rice is good and coated. And now we start the process of taking this hot, puree blend here and adding this 1 ladle at a time. Okay. We probably got this a little high. Let's turn that down just a little bit. Because we don't want to boil it all off, we want it to absorb. But the key is doing it very slowly and stirring constantly. That's going to break down the starch and make it really, really creamy. And you don't want to add any more of the stock until it's 100% absorbed from the prior ladle. And this is going to take another 20 minutes or so. Got the temperature adjusted a little bit. It's not quite as violent when it hit the pan. So we're 2 ladles in. This is it's a lot of work, no doubt. We're about ready for it. We are down to the last of our stock. And this is looking excellent. Can't wait. Like I said, it's a lot of work. You got to be patient. You want to rush, you want to go too fast, and then it doesn't come out creamy. It's not really done the right way. If you do it patient, you'll love it. We have finally got this to a consistency where it is done. It tastes really good. That liquid's almost completely absorbed at this point. The last of it. It's good and creamy. Now we are going to take a 1/4 cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese, which I'm sure, you know, your pre-grated stuff would work just fine. If you don't have fresh grated cheese, but I'm sure that nice brick of fresh Parm adds a nice element to it. Alright, so now we're gonna, and we'll take a little extra Parm. Sprinkle that right across the top. How can that be bad, right? All right, as soon as the chicken in the corner done, we'll come back, we'll plate it all up, and we'll let you know how it is. Everything is done. So we are gonna take, reach deep in here. Get a little corn on the top. Some grilled chicken breasts. These look outstanding. And the star of the show, butternut squash risotto. It's a little thick. I don't know if it's as creamy as maybe Chef Gordon Ramsay would want, or one of those other professionals, but I think it's outstanding. That's really, really good. I will skip that. And we'll try the chicken, because that was the other co-star, was that marinade. And I'll tell you what, the chicken is falling apart. Can't mess with either one of those. That's outstanding. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe, tell all your friends about us, and we'll see you next time on the Recipe Connection.